Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews.
Oh, hey, it's Dr. Mindbender.
You suck.
Hello, YouTube. Ultra Maximus back with another 31 horror toys in 31 days. And today we've got another retro review, rewinding it all the way back to 2003 with the Stretch Screamers Mad Scientist McDonald's Happy Meal toy figure. So if you don't know what these characters are, they came around in the early 2000s. As I said in a previous video, they're pretty much a reimagining of the Stretch Armstrong idea from the late 70s, where the characters had these rubber arms and you would pull them and they would have some kind of play gimmick. He has a play gimmick, but it's a little bit different. Now, I found this guy at my local flea market here in Greenwood, the Emporium 31, and he was in a grab bag for $1, so I definitely had to pick him up. At first, I wasn't really sure what his play gimmick was, because the mummy, you would pull his arms and then his head would spin around. This guy's a little bit different. If you push down on his legs, his little brain up in his little dome there squirts up like this and goes against the glass, and it's really kind of gross. So yeah, it's a squishy, gooey rubber in there, and it squeezes up against the glass, and that's what he does. That's his play gimmick. He has no other articulation. Again, this was all gimmicky in the early 2000s. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, this is a very interesting piece. I like the sculpt. He almost has a Garbage Pail Kid kind of look to him, kind of an Igor meets Frankenstein look. He's got the little bolts on the top of his head there with the glass dome and the brain inside. He's kind of hunched over a little bit. It's an interesting take on the whole mad scientist bit. I like how he's got all the little wrinkles on the back of his head there. That's definitely pretty darn neat. We can see kind of the screw bolts in the back from, where the screws go in. But overall, I think it's a pretty good sculpt. Funny, it's painted well. He's got the weird googly eyes and the funky snarl. Now, taking a look at the bottom half of the figure, he's got his lab coat on, which is fine. He's got his black boots, the rubber hands and arms that are black, which he kind of has these big black gloves, which is fine. He's got his pockets in the front of his lab coat, and then he's got some purple stains on it, which I initially thought was like some kid had got ink on it, but that's the way he was actually painted in the original line, which works. For comparison, here we have the Mad Scientist Stretch Screamer next to the Doctor from Pop Vinyls, and as you can see, he's a little bit taller than the Doctor here, but the Doctor's got a massive old head, which he kind of does in Doctor Who. So it's kind of hard to say who actually has more plastic. So is the Stretch Screamers Mad Scientist from the McDonald's 2003 Happy Meal set something you want in your horror collection? Well, unless you like the goofy versions of classic monsters, this could be an easy pass. Or if you are a fan of the Stretch Screamers in the early 2000s, this might be something you're after. Me personally, I'm very specific on my horror figures, but I found them for only $1. I couldn't pass it up. I thought they'd be great to look at for 31 horror toys this year, and they're pretty fun and gimmicky and cute. I've got to admit that. And the fact that, well, most of their gimmicks still work after all these years. So there he is, the Mad Scientist from Stretch Screamers McDonald's for 31 horror toys in 31 days!
Hey guys,
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.